Yes, I'm stocking up for my Fluval Flex Blackwater project, and I've got a bunch of stuff for that, plus my monthly My Aquarium box and a few other things that's all coming up right after this.
Hi guys, it's Scott from King and Queen Cichlids, and you are watching pecktec.
Hey YouTube, this is pecktec. Now I'm about to start a Blackwater tank project. I've never actually done it before. I have a couple of things already as far as botanicals go, but I've ordered a couple of more. Of course, I've got my monthly My Aquarium box to show you, and a couple of other things I moved around. It should be an interesting show. Okay, so as you guys know, I'm a big fan of Rachel O'Leary, and she did a Blackwater tank, and she got a product from Tannin Aquatics. Now, I've heard of them a lot. I've seen them. I saw them when I did the vivarium stuff, or saw their products down there. I actually, Jennifer Williams won one of their little packs that came with some leaves once, and she gave it to me, but I've never used them. And I don't usually use things that that put tannins into the water, aside from maybe driftwood and stuff like that. But I was really fascinated by the sort of the variety pack that they have, and I decided to get one of those. It's actually in this box. So, so this box here is empty. I've already opened it. Let's take a look at it before we get started. See, isn't that neat? It's almost too pretty to even open. And before I get to the My Aquarium box, I want to show you just a couple of other things that I've got to kind of get my aquarium started. Picked up a little container of stability. Things like this are really handy when you start up an aquarium. It kind of helps establish your biological filter, and this gives you like a little daily dosage that you can add to kind of kickstart the process in the tank. I've used stability a few times, and it usually seems to work out pretty good. I'm never sure if it's the product or things are just working out. But, you know, it doesn't cost a whole lot, and it probably helps at least a little bit. So I'm going to use it and just kind of, we'll see how it goes. Another product, just real quick, I got a small Eheim heater. I believe that these guys will be tropical fish that are in there. As far as what fish I'm going to put in there and stuff like that, I'm going to save that for the next video. So you'll have to stay tuned for that. But here's a little heater that I'll be putting inside. So there's nothing spectacular about this. I bought a bunch of these heaters. You can get them at PetSmart fairly cheap. They seem to work pretty well. And yeah, I don't have much more to say about it. Well, someone always asks what heater I'm using and all the things. So I'll be sure to put this video in a playlist of videos about the Flex Blackwater, and this is the heater I used. All right, now onto the substrate. I'm not going to use the soil-based substrate this time around. I decided to do fluorite. It's another Chem product. I use this a lot, and what I generally do with fluorite, it lasts forever. This is the stuff that's in the base of the cube, the 27-gallon cube. I used it in my very first planted tank. It was all of this substrate. It was kind of a mess. And I've continued to kind of use this as like a base layer substrate. It's more coarse. There's some room for water to get around in there and bacteria to build little homes in there. But it's also it's got probably a pretty decent source of iron. It's made out of clay, or I can't remember exactly. I think it's made out of clay, but it's inert, so it's not going to generate ammonia like the soil-based ones do. As soon as the soil-based ones get wet, when you first start your aquarium, they'll trigger an ammonia spike. It can be real dangerous and make it like even prolonged period before you should maybe add fish safely. Anyway, you probably add them. You probably put them in there anyway, especially with some stability or something like that in there too. But anyway, I love this substrate. I generally put this into the bottom of my substrates, and then I'll top it with like a soil-based. But this one's not going to be super heavy plant oriented, okay? It's going to be pretty dark and dim in there. I've got a plan for the plant. I want to plant H2O plants. I was opening the plant packs earlier in the year, and they sent me this really awesome plant, but it is taking over inside of here. I'm going to have to flash back and remember which plant that was, because I can't remember off the top of my head what it was called. But it's growing all over the place, and I'd like to try to put that into the tank and just kind of see how it does. It might be too big and too grassy, but I don't know. It seems to do really well in that tank, so I'd like to move it over. It's really interesting. I've said that a couple of times there. All right, so that's the substrates. Okay. Now, as you guys know, last month I opened a new light, the new Kessel light. I put that on my tank downstairs, and I really like it. And of course, it opened up a slot, so the light I took off of there, I put on the cube, and then I was able to plug them all in together, and now they kind of go up and down together, and it's really cool. But the light that was still great that I had on the cube, I pulled off, and now I've got an extra Kessel light suddenly, and I decided to get another gooseneck. I'm toying with the idea of putting this over the Blackwater tank. It's just a little bit lighter. It's probably still too strong, but I don't know. We might play with it and see how it does. But I'd like to put this over the Blackwater tank and actually get a lot of light going down into it. So I'm not sure if I'll be doing that or not, but I know I want to put that light somewhere. And so I got another gooseneck. These are really cool. Another thing that I picked up, because it's still on sale over at my local pet shop, the Aquarium, is this is a thing, it's kind of impractical. It's very impractical for me right now because the tank, I really hope that they had a smaller one. I'm sure they do make a smaller one somewhere, but it wasn't available here. This is a feeding tube, and basically what it is a long glass tube with suction cups. And what you do is you suction cup this to the side of the aquarium, and you've got a nice little glass straw, sort of. You can drop the food up at the top where it's dry, and it'll go all the way down, and it'll direct the food to a specific thing. And I've got a little feeding dish that actually matches this really, really cool etched glass that's on here. It's really pretty. I'm not sure how close I can get it and it still work. But yeah, it's really neat. So it's got a little bit wider mouth at one end and sort of blunt at the other end. It's just a pretty way to feed your fish. It gets the food in a specific place. I've got a little dish and everything I could put right under there. And I don't know. I thought it might be fun. Plus it was 30% off and not particularly expensive to begin with. I actually have a link for this and I think this heater in my Amazon list. If you'd like to check that, at the bottom of every video I've got a list where you can go on Amazon and look around if you're so interested in the stuff that I'm showing you guys. It's not just this video either, because now I can do it as a list, and that's kind of a new thing. Because now I can do it as a list, I'm able to put stuff from all the videos. So anything I've ever talked about could potentially be in there. All right, so we have here one last thing. So I wanted to get some pothos, because I've been hearing people talking about it. Talking about putting it, you know, outside their aquarium and just letting the roots grow down in there. And for algae control, and as you know, I've been sort of battling algae and this guy behind me for about a month. Oh, there we go. First try. So I thought it'd be neat to order one. And this was, I think, literally the first website that came up. And it's funny because they sell plants for all kinds of hobbyists, not just aquarium hobbyists. So I was kind of curious at how this would arrive. From the look of it, it looks like they just took it off the line and put it in a box. Really funny. Hugely different from what I'm used to as far as like receiving aquarium plants and stuff like that. Yeah, here's Pothos, Devil's Ivy. I've been reading a bit about it. Apparently it's not great if humans or animals eat it. I'm getting dirt all over my table. So, I'm going to try not to eat this as hard as I can. No, but I'll be looking at, I'm going to wash all the dirt off this, and I might stick it in the back of that aquarium over there and just kind of see what happens. Or maybe I'll separate it and put it in a couple of tanks. But just thought that'd be neat. Pothos. Oh, and last but certainly not least, the beloved My Aquarium Box. Today we'll be opening it appropriately with a fresh botanical. That's right. It's obviously meant for opening packages. You can tell by the shape. It's not really good at it. Let's see. Alright. Oh, you've done your duty, botanical thing. Oh, here we are. Here we are indeed. Alright, and here is the scorecard. This month's value is $48.93. And it looks like there's a code there. Ooh, here's a secret code for you guys. It's DECMAB18 to save 15% off everything at the shopmyaquariumbox.com. Everything at that store. Very cool. And there's their sponsors. And of course, there's some great coupons. A few of these I will be taking advantage of. Ooh, and here we have a metal straw. Now I noticed on this thing it said, metal straw, save the ocean. So that's very noble. Your straws have become a big issue, or people are just kind of realizing what an issue straws could be. Some people might scoff at that. Kind of scoff at making them illegal. But I do choose to use them less, and this is kind of neat. It's actually a stainless steel straw and a brush. And it says My Aquarium Box on it. Yep, My Aquarium Box, the straw. Very cool. And I love that it's got a little brush to clean it with too. And keep a clean straw. Looks like Lancey's Place and Aqua won the Mega Box. And what do we have here? Ooh, little nano food blocks. Little easy food blocks that help you feed, especially if you're not going to be there. I like to call those vacation blocks. We've got a Zoom Ed timer. That's handy. It's always handy to have a timer. Works with all types of aquarium lamps. Very cool. What else we got here? Ooh, looks like we have. Ooh, okay. Dehydrated kelp crumbles. My fish actually really like these. These are nice. And we have more botanicals, guys. Now, I told Greg that I was doing a blackwater tank, and he was like, ooh, we've got some stuff for that too. So, what do we have here are Casarina cones. It's a different type of pine cone. Now, they sent me some alder cones. Alder cones? I think that's what they're called. So I've got some of those already, but these look completely different. They're prickly. Some prickly little pine cones. I don't know how well you'll be able to see that. Maybe I should zoom in more or something. Yeah, we got some pretty neat little pine cone thingies. And we got some big pods. Look at that. Wow, these are cool. These are nice and hard too. They're kind of like, I don't know. They almost seem like they seem like big nutshells. I don't know what's in there. I like to imagine there's probably like big nuts or big seeds or something like that pop out of these. But they're really hard. They're just like an old almond shell, I guess is the best way to describe it. Really interesting. And we got some more stuff too. Some crazy pods. It's funny. These really they remind me of something. Maybe it's they're like coconut shells or something like that. Very cool. They're just it's just fun. I mean, they're just really odd looking little things. And what a different shape and stuff to have in the bottom of your aquarium. I'm excited about really doing the natural look. I did not know they were going to send me all these awesome pods and cones and stuff when I ordered the stuff from Tannins. And I actually opened that days ago. And then I got this in the mail. I was like, oh my gosh, I've got a lot of stuff now. So I've got an abundance of blackwater things, or things to do blackwater tanks. So I'll probably do more than one, or at the very least I can do the one I've got a couple of different times, probably a couple of different ways. One thing that they say is to go slow. Yeah, that's what it says on the instructions for the stuff from Tannins, you know, is go slow with what you add in there. So I've pulled together a selection of leaves and a couple of things like this, and I've got them all boiled up. I'll actually go over the instructions, and I kind of keep the instructions and everything on all together on one video. So for the setup of the blackwater tank, you'll see me prepare the botanicals, and then we'll put the substrate in. I've got some driftwood, I've got spider wood for it that I went and bought. And I'd show it, but it's in a bucket right now. So I've got some spider wood that I bought. I might go back and I'll boil a couple of these things too and throw them in because they're really neat. And this doesn't, I'm dying to see what this looks like in there. I just think these are cool. And these nut things are just amazing. If nothing else, maybe I'll start like, put a couple on my drum set. I can just play them with my straw. More nutshell. Anyway, so that's it, folks. My 36th MAB. That's right. They've been doing this for 3 years. I've had a box every month since they started. And this is the 12th box of this year, making it the third year. 36. 36 MABs. I'll be back next month with another one. I've had a good haul, but I've got a bunch of Christmas parties to go to, so I'm going to cut this short and let you guys go. Don't forget to tune in next week. I'm going to have the blackwater tank at least going. There might not be fish in it, but the tank will be set up, and you'll have a video. And it'll be interesting to see if, on my first attempt, if you can even see through it, or if it's just going to be completely tea-colored. Either way, there's always a contingency plan, right? Folks, that's all I got for you right now. Until next time, follow your bliss, keep a clean tank, and I'll see you soon. Hey YouTube, this is pecktec, and see me in there? I'm behind all this stuff. Hello! Can you see me? Looks like Lance's place in Aqua, dude. And I've ordered some stuff in the mail. And part two. This is part 2. Now, as you guys know, last month I took one of the lights off. Now, as you guys, how about that? Ow. Ow. Oh, there we go. First try.